back to another video. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be filming today. Sorry, by the way, if you can hear that noise in the background, washing machine. I'm gonna close that door actually. Okay, so before we actually get into the video, I wanted to just have a little quick note to catch up thing. I don't know what the word is. Basically, I haven't been feeling very well. I'm sure you've noticed that since I'm not posting videos right now. And one of the reasons that I haven't wanted to make videos is because I'm kind of struggling with managing my illness right now. Everything's fine. It's just a bit of a struggle right now, and I will make videos about that in the future. It's just I don't want to make really illness dedicated videos right now because I just am not having as many good days as I would like in a week, and I'm not having that many good hours and usable hours. And so the last thing that I want to do on my good days is research and think and talk about my illness more than I already have to think about it right now. And I'm just so frustrated with my body and with those symptoms and that stuff, and I just don't really feel like talking about it and thinking about it. And yeah, I just need to distract myself. And I kind of was working under the assumption and ideas that I couldn't make content about other stuff and that I only had to make sciencey stuff and talk about the illnesses, and if I wasn't, then I didn't have anything to say. And then talking to a friend about this, it reminded me that the idea behind this channel wasn't just science and information and spreading awareness. It was also kind of what it's like to be me, or what it's like to be a young person with a chronic illness, a person who likes fashion and who likes reading and video games and manga and cosplay and nerdy stuff, and who loves Harry Potter and loves all of these things. And it's just, how do I still have hobbies, and how do I experience all this stuff? I have a hard time with middle ground, just like in everything in my life, not just this. So I am working on that, and right now all the content that I want to make is not going to be very illness heavy. Obviously it always is about that, because that's our life every day, every minute of every day. But it's going to be about other stuff and about stuff that I like and that makes me happy and that distracts me from the frustration of chronic illness, because right now that is kind of winning in my life, and I kind of need a space where I am not thinking about that all the time. So now let's get into the actual video that I wanted to make today. Today's video is kind of a few ideas of hobbies and crafts that you can take on, learn, start doing if you are isolated, or some of these, a lot of these were thought that you can actually do in bed or on the sofa when you're not having very good days. Most of them are things that I like to do. I know that people are trying to find hobbies and trying to find things to distract them from life. So here are just a few ideas of things that I like to do and some things that I don't know how to do, but I think some people might like. The first item on my list is not actually a craft, it's a kind of a hobby, and it is Animal Crossing. Now, I had never heard of Animal Crossing until this year. Now that I'm in it and I have the game and I play it every day, I don't know how I have gone this long without it. I am on the forums, on Reddit. I have an app on my phone, I need to show you if you're into Animal Crossing. It's called ACNH.Guide. And basically, when it opens up, it has this daily thing, checklist, so things that I need to do every day, like talking to my residents, the price of my turnips, have I caught all my fossils and my rocks and my things, and then it has tracks all the visitors that I've had, all the recipes and all the things that I've got, all the bugs I can catch and the fish, and then I can keep track of all of the creatures that I've seen and caught, all of the things that I've given to the museum. If you don't know Animal Crossing, this is a whole lot of gibberish for you, but it's just you can catalog all the items that you've found and things like that. It's just very, very cool. The only annoying thing about this app is that it's not official, so it doesn't link to your account, so you actually have to manually add everything that you already have. So if you're quite advanced in the game, this might be a little bit annoying. I love this and I love the game, and I will make a video of showing you guys my island because I have a 5-star island now. I've worked very hard on it, and all the bad days that I've had have like gone into that, like so much so that my villagers on the game will tell me that I'm like working too hard and I should take a break. Like that's how intense it is. But I love the game. It's super relaxing. If you have migraines like me, it's not like loud, it's not very bright colors and stuff like that. I particularly like playing at night when I have like bad headache days because I can just kind of like, it's nighttime in the game as well. It's like a real-time game. So I can just like look at the stars and the moon, and it's just like, it's just such a beautiful game. It's like so innocent and so like chill, you know? I love that game. The second one is cross-stitching. I'm sure you've noticed by now if you've like watched my videos for any amount of time, I'm into cross-stitching. I'm a cross-stitcher. I've been cross-stitching for a long time now. I think I learned when I was a kid. My mom taught me and like my grandma and stuff, but I didn't like get into it until I was like 18, and I was fractured my spine actually. I don't know if you know this. Fractured my spine skiing. Not actually skiing, like coming off of a ski lift. I got hit in the back by the chair, like the actual lift chair thing. So that was not fun. And I was bedbound for like a month, I think it was. After that, I had to really take things slow, and I spent a lot of time at my parents' house, like with my mom, because I couldn't go anywhere. So she like re-taught me how to cross stitch, and yeah, I relearned. I made a tea towel, and after that I got back into it, and I didn't do it like super often, but when I got sick I got back into it again. So I love cross stitching. I'm always like making something. Right now I'm making some like summer drinks that I found on the DMC website. They have free patterns, by the way, not just for cross stitching but for embroidery. I think they have free crochet patterns as well. All you have to do to get the free patterns is you subscribe to their newsletter, but their newsletter is like not really annoying. I think I get like 2 emails a week, and normally it's like, hey, this is new in our shop, or hey, these are the new weekly, they add new ones every week, so they'll like send you an email with the new ones that they have, which is really cool, so you can actually see what's new. So cross stitching, it's really easy. Like it's hard to make big patterns, and like it can be quite difficult, but it's like a fairly simple stitch. It's really not that hard, and there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to do it. If you want a video on how to do it, I can make one. I just don't know all the terms because I learned it from my mom, so I don't know all the terms in English, but it's a really fun and calming hobby. You can do it from bed. It doesn't need a lot of concentration because it's literally always the same thing unless you're following like a very difficult pattern. Yeah, I like the fact that it's like really, really repetitive, so it's always the same thing, but I find that that's really soothing and that kind of like distracts you. I just find repetitive movement and repetitive things pleasing when I'm in pain. I don't know why. It's just like, I know I'm not the only one because I've seen other people talking about this. And I also have embroidery on my list. Obviously cross-stitching is a type of embroidery, but embroidery, I mean like all kinds of embroidery. Normally like satin stitches and things like that, making like flowers and stuff. I'm not super good at embroidery. Like I can do it, I'm just not amazing at it. I'm still like learning and practicing, but I am self-taught, so there's that. I don't know, I just also find it very fun, but I have to pay more attention to that because of, obviously, it's not something that I'm good at yet, so like I am still learning how to do it. Embroidery, again, is something that you can do from bed. It's pretty, it's relaxing, I don't know if it's super hard, but there's, again, tons of content out there teaching you how to do it, so it shouldn't be too hard to learn. Then I have sewing on the list. Sewing would probably not be something that you want to do when you're like on a bed day, like bed rest, because yeah. And by sewing I mean like using a sewing machine, making things like quilting or patchwork or like making clothes and things like that. I personally like making clothes. That's like something that excites me. It's challenging and it's like a puzzle, and I like that. I find that is more what I want out of sewing right now. Making simpler things like pillows and tablecloths and things like that, I enjoy also, and I know how to make all that stuff, but I just don't find it very challenging, so I tend not to want to do that stuff. I don't know, I just like making stuff, but it's not something that I can do if I'm in a lot of pain, because obviously I have to sit at my desk and concentrate and like use the pedal and stuff. But most of the time I can do it, and I find that it's something that's really helps me when I'm like really anxious or really stressed out about something. It just makes me feel like good, I don't know, in control. And it's just like, you know, pedaling, pressing that pedal really hard and just going, I don't know, it's just really, it relieves my stress. Next on my list is journaling. Now, you can get like bullet journals like this with the dotted pages. These are my favorite for journaling. I like having the guide. So I really like these. You can get these relatively cheap nowadays. Obviously, if you are getting a really cheap one, you're not going to get the best quality paper. Do bullet journaling. You can, you know, make trackers for whatever you want to track. You can do health journaling, scrapbooking, and things like that. I don't know. It's just a lot of options. There's also a lot of really cool accounts and things that I follow that really inspire me. And I find that it's something that also takes your mind off of it. You can also do stuff that you do it in bed or on the sofa kind of thing. And it can be really fun. Like, it can be really a creative outlet, I feel like. Another one on my list that isn't super time consuming, and that is actually really fun, and I've been doing this for like many years now, is pen paling. I don't know if this is like considered a hobby. If you don't know what a pen pal is, basically it's a friend that you write letters to, and you know, trade letters, and you can send each other little packages and whatnot. Now, your pen pals can be in the same country, in the same continent, or in different continents from you. I guess it's not different planets yet, but you know, one day. My oldest pen pal is my friend Tori, who I've been friends with for like 9 years now. And we've been writing to each other for 9 years, and we've never met in person. She lives in the States. We send each other Christmas and birthday presents. We talk on WhatsApp, on Instagram. We're friends on Facebook, and we've been friends for a really long time. One of the things that makes me so happy is going to my post box and having a letter there from somebody who like wrote it. I don't know, it's just really, really sweet, and it's really cathartic and really can be really helpful when you're actually writing it, because it can help you like process your feelings and what you're going through. And sometimes I realize that I'm upset about something because I wrote a letter to my friend about it, and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize how upset or how much this was on my mind. What I'm doing right now, because I can't really go to the post office, what I'm doing is I am writing to my friends every week. So I will sit down one day a week and write a letter to each of my friends, or each of my friends that I write to. And then I put it in a little envelope and I put the date on it, and I'm calling it quarantine mail. The next one on my list is coloring or painting. Keep in mind that not just with coloring and painting, but with any craft or any hobby that you're getting into, you don't have to be good at it. Like, if you enjoy doing it, then that's good enough. Like, you don't have to be a master. You don't have to be good at what you're doing. Like, you don't have to get better if that's not what you're doing it for. Like, you can just enjoy doing cross stitching because you enjoy the process of it. It doesn't have to be like a masterpiece. You could just be stitching like lines or squares or whatever. It doesn't have to be anything, you know. I've been trying to kind of snip away that idea that I have to be good at it. I bought some acrylic paints and I've just like painted, mixed some colors and painted, and it wasn't anything special, but it made me happy to do it, and I was enjoying the process of making stuff. So I feel like that is something that I want to focus on doing more. I really like coloring books because it takes away the pressure of like having to draw something, and it kind of, you just have to paint within the lines or not. And I find that really relaxing, and I feel like it's all in the art therapy kind of realm of things. Next on my list is something else that you can't really necessarily do from bed, but I really have enjoyed doing, and it is baking. I love baking. A bonus points is that you get to eat cake or dessert or whatever afterwards, which is freaking great. So, you know. So I've enjoyed baking. I've been baking a lot more than I used to. trying new recipes and perfecting old recipes and stuff like that. And I like making recipes that remind me of my grandmother's and things like that. So I've really enjoyed baking. And then the other one that is kind of connected to this, and it's something that me and my boyfriend have been doing, is we're creating our own recipe book. So I got this little notebook. It's like a plain lined notebook, and I made a cute cover for it. You don't have to do that. You can just buy a cute notebook. And basically every recipe that we try and that we like, we put in there. But normally we change recipes when we're actually doing them. Sometimes we will just make stuff up as like with what we have. You know, I have like my mom's chocolate mousse recipe in there, and like my grandma's tea cake that she used to make, and like all of these recipes that are special to us, we've been adding to the recipe book, and it's been really, really fun. So that's again something that you can do from bed or on bad days. So that's a fun project that you can start on. The last thing on my list is knitting and crocheting. I don't know how to do those things. I don't have any experience. I don't know anything about knitting or crocheting, but a lot of my friends do it. My mom does it, and they all find it really relaxing and, you know, stress relieving, and they all really enjoy it, and they make really fun stuff, you know, sweaters. And one of my friends makes little characters, like they crochet little characters, and it's very cool. I wish I had their skills, but I, alas, do not, but I can make other things, so I guess we complete each other that way. A lot of those things you can learn from the internet. You don't have to take a class or anything. You can if you want to, but there's a lot of creators who make stuff and who make videos like teaching you how to do all this stuff. I will leave some in the description, some people that I enjoy watching and that I have learned from, so you can, you know, maybe learn from them as well. Yeah, that's it. That's my list. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it gave you some ideas of things that you might want to do with your time, whether or not you're chronically ill and whether or not you are, you know, doing it from bed or from wherever. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave it a like and a comment, and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not done that already. And please remember to ring the little notification bell, because that will let you know when I actually upload, because I'm not doing that on any kind of schedule right now. And then you can choose whether or not it's something that you want to watch. I appreciate you being here with me on this journey. I hope you know that you are not alone, and that I too struggle sometimes, and yeah, we're all in this together. That's everything that I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!